going to talk about that last video. I know it went a little dark and it showed a chink in my armour, as they say. If you missed the last video, the link to it is above, and knock yourself out. Look, I made the video, I showed it to Lisa, I asked her, what do you think? She said it was a bit of an unusual thing to show on our channel, but we both agreed, let's just publish it, see how it goes. If we get any flack over it, then we'll just take it down, done. Then we'll just get back to the normal rhythm of our channel. Well, to date, that video has become our highest ranking video of all time. My goodness, a ton of you have messaged me with your own stories of your toxic workplace. Thanks to everybody from the YouTube community that reached out over these last couple of months for your support. I really appreciate your comments on the video. And again, I appreciate you all sharing your own experiences with stepping down from your own workplace. And there are, scarily, many people out there struggling with that same journey. Obviously, my last video struck a chord with you all, and it's apparent that surviving in a toxic work environment is a very common thread. And I'm actually making this video as a follow-up because of that, and because of my story reached so many people on a personal level. It's no secret, I really struggle in mundane settings, environments where there was just nothing we did was actually for the greater good. And something was dying inside of me, and I could feel it, and I had to make it end. Interestingly, one viewer emailed me personally about the last video, and he warned me that I should be careful in saying the things that I said, advising me to not burn bridges, and that future potential employers might find that video and all the things that I said in it. Well, guys, I disagree. Some bridges in life absolutely must be burnt, and completely burnt to the ground, because you must be sure that you can never go back to that place that you just left. I'm sorry, but I've got to double down on this. Maybe by discussing this publicly, it might help some people and convince people to down tools from their absolutely soul-crushing workplaces, and to go on and exist in a healthier, more fulfilling and a more meaningful life. No longer be pigeonholed, no longer have your crappy job be a part of your identity. Say no and be free to do anything you want to do, and be anything that you really want to be. Look, this is YouTube. I know you've never met me. I've never met you. We don't actually know each other in that real sense. I get it. But if you've tuned into our channel over the last 5 years, then you know us well enough. You know us well enough to trust us, to trust me. We aren't the regular YouTuber. We never really have been. We never really will be. Guys, I'm just Shannon, Camp Winnie. Grew up in outer suburb of New South Wales in the 1980s. I just am who I am. We are the real deal. Just simple Aussie family, absolutely freaking starving of a simple, safe, honest, good times, wholesome life in this country. Okay, so you might all be wondering, what will you do now, people ask. Well, after 10 years of serving my master, yep, that guy, and after some very deep conversations with Lisa and my family about the next phase of our lives and what that might even look like, once I made my decision to resign, I did it. I just very promptly handed in all my gear, all my belongings, and just checked out. I was done. And I can't explain how that made me feel on that day. It's something I should have done many years ago, but I just didn't. That fear of failure, those paralysing thoughts of, well, what will I do next? And the ridiculous things that you convince yourself of, right? Like, you actually need this job. And what will my friends and family and all my neighbours think of me? And all those dim-wit emotions completely melted away once I left. It was all over. Done. So if you are at a crossroads in your working life and have procrastinated about resigning for as long as I did, you must make that decision, right? You must make that leap of faith into your next life. It's scary. It's intimidating. I know. I understand that feeling because I just did it. But if you know it's time, then you know. Don't ever think that you are that important in your job. I was in my role, as I said, for 10 years. I acted respectfully, earnestly, and supported each and every single one of my workmates, always. My employee number was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I've heard from only a few since resigning. 10 years of my life. My place in that universe was done. It was nothing personal at all. It is, after all, just business. Look, it's like this. You only get a certain amount of heartbeats in your entire life. You don't really know how many you get, but in a job, you trade all those heartbeats for money. Cold, harsh, very sobering, but very, very real. Don't you ever forget it, and don't forget exactly where you are and who you are in your world. Time really is running out, and it's running out for all of us. Don't mistake me. Obviously, your workplace is important. Meeting and forging those workplace friendships with all your colleagues, it's great. Yep, I get it. You're serving a purpose, but eventually you will see the cracks. You will see that when you boil it all down and you're on your knees and your chips are down, as they say, these are not the people that love you the most. These are not the people that you implicitly trust. They have their own lives to deal with back home, and they need to direct their own energy into their own world. And look, hey, I get that. Your people and your village is at your home. Your partner, your children, your own family, your own neighbours, your close friends. Hey, even your own pets. That is what forms the nucleus of your world. And that's certainly where my focus needed to be. So the $1 million question, what the hell are we going to do? Well, when we all got home from full-time travelling, Lisa got a job that she loves and they love her. Jessica just finished high school and she also just entered the workforce and she's got a really good job. As for me, I'm a curator, a writer, I'm a storyteller. So I have finally done something that I've wanted to do for so many years, maybe even for most of my life. Back when I was a kid, I loved cinema and drama and theatre, acting, storytelling, creating something out of nothing. So I've registered my multimedia production company as I've just been accepted into the Diploma of Film. It's a film and media studies school here in Sydney. I'm very, very excited. I'm bouncing off the freaking walls. When I got the acceptance letter, I squealed like a 12-year-old child. Jess came into the office and said, "Dad, what's wrong? I've never heard you sound like that." I'm very, very excited. When I went to the open day for this film school, I was surrounded by veteran documentary filmmakers and creators. As soon as I sat down in this auditorium with these lecturers, I sat down and looked around, and I immediately knew that these were my people. I felt a village of creative, colourful, friendly, highly intelligent people and folk with obviously in their academic field, armed with decades of knowledge and experience in the film industry. And that's an industry that I love and I adore, and that is absolutely where I need to be. Travelling around Australia in a motorhome with my family for so long now, it changed my life. I said to a few fellow campers a few nights ago, there's been some highlights in my life. When I got married to Lisa, that was my highlight. Then I saw both my daughters born. Like I actually was there. I saw them born, and bought my home, paying off a mortgage, turned 45. I thought, what more is there? Have you reached the pinnacle of adulthood? Yes, I did. Then I bought Winnie in 2020 and we restored it. Did the laps of Australia, experienced this life that I'm in now. It was like I was reborn. It was like I was born again. I thought I'd done it all, but clearly I had just started. So can I ask you all of this? I want to ask you to trust me. It will change your life too. It really will. All of the crappy bullshit jobs, all of the incidentals, all your life's crap, that all evaporates when you do what we have done. It's very empowering. It's absolutely identity changing, and it will be for you. Lisa, Jessica, Chloe, and me, we love the YouTube community. We love you. Please stay with us. And I'm only making this video because the last video I made, which is again dark, I didn't want that to be my sign off, my signature dish. It's not that at all. I want to move on from that video. I want to get back to basics and the humble beginnings and the base of what grew Camp Winnie, and that is travelling this wonderful country, talking about life, and I think that is my way forward. Please stay with me. If you haven't subscribed so far to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and we'll be seeing you soon, I promise, with good things, hey.